Okay, I want to start off this video talking about this release called Elemental Shift. It's actually a collection of video compositions, so it's not a CD, it's actually a DVD. But the case is kind of what's interesting here. So they've actually included shells and other detritus that is kind of glued into the bottom of this metal case. Definitely a unique handmade interior to the piece. Our Ring, which is Kelly Deal, the twin sister of Kim Deal of the Breeders and the Pixies, along with Mike Montgomery, and I believe it was Kelly. She actually hammered out the logo here on the front cover of this metal case, and you open it up. She signed it for me at the concert that I went to when I bought this. In fact, I think I might even have a picture of her, of us together. I should show that. But they keep releasing little unique runs of CDs and things for just 2 or 3 songs per CD. They're leading up to an album coming up here, but these are unique EPs being released right now. Group 1850. This is another one of these 3D covers. You got the 3D glasses and you look at the cover through it. I've shown a lot of these in earlier videos. The only reason I'm bringing up 3D is I want to talk about this Tool 10,000 Days release, which, to be completely honest, I purchased strictly because of the design of the piece. It's pretty intriguing. It's a 3D viewer, but it's got actual lenses in the front. And as you page through this book of all this really cool artwork, some crazy photos and things, it's just a brilliant 3D effect. It's so much better than those red and blue glasses that come in some of the other things. I mean, the 3D effect works with those as well, of course, but this is a much nicer effect, and it's really well put together. I mean, this book with all this artwork in here, these are great images. The case is this extra thick cardboard case. It folds up really nicely. They just went all out on this one. It's the CD package design is just done extraordinarily well on this. It's, you can't see this in stereo technically. You're just seeing one video image. But when you look through these 2 lenses, I mean, the artwork is just done so well. The photographs are really cool. The combinations of things, this bizarre skull with the fetus inside. It's one thing to see it in a video, but if you can see this through these lenses in person, it's a nice little effect. And I know a lot of these things seem kind of gimmicky and everything, but anything that adds to the experience of the music, I think is a good thing. So Big Bad Voodoo Daddy released this little matchbook cover of sorts, which is pretty cool. It unfolds like a matchbook and kind of has images to make it look like a matchbook. Although I might have taken it just a little further and actually put maybe a strip of red or black sandpaper along the bottom and maybe actually cut the matches apart to separate them so they were their own little matches. But Paper Mice, the funny papers, this is kind of a fun little package because the whole thing unfolds. The CD kind of slides into the sleeve on the side here. And on one side it's a comics page, so they've made up a whole string of comics that you could read through as if you were reading the Sunday paper. And they've included a whole bunch of made-up stories on the newspaper side. So it's a nice little experience. This is just kind of more interesting than just downloading things off iTunes. You really get to interact with this package, and it's a whole new experience that adds to the whole listening experience. And then it folds back up origami style, and you just put the CD right in the side here. Devachka's 100 Lovers. The CD version comes as this box, like it's a little theater, and inside the box there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's the CD, of course, and a booklet with lyrics and some other things. But then it also comes with what they call a Zoetrope CD toy, but it works like your traditional Zoetrope. It's a contraption that you kind of have to assemble yourself. You pull all the pieces apart, you piece it together, And when you assemble all of those included parts, you actually can put that on top of this little stick of chapstick that they include. It's like a little handle, so basically you could spin it around and watch the animation like a traditional zoetrope, even though you're doing it kind of in a very manual way on top of this chapstick thing. But it's a nice little package, kind of unique. Then there's this release by Vonnegut Dollhouse, who I knew absolutely nothing about, but I saw somebody post this online and thought, what is this little thing? You pop open the CD, and as you unfold the flaps, you realize it's a house, and the roof actually folds out, and then there's little grooves that these pieces of paper slide together in. So next thing you know, you've got a little dollhouse here. And another cool aspect of this is not only does it fold into a dollhouse, but there's actually little paper cutouts of dolls. So it's the front and the back of the actual musicians here and one of their dogs. So if you wanted to, you could actually play dollhouse. You could take the little paper cutouts and have them dance around and play music in the living room. So I'm borrowing this great Ryuichi Sakamoto Playing the Orchestra disc from Derek Higgins. There's actually two discs. There's this little one that's in the lid, 3-inch disc, and then inside is the traditional CD. So this part here contains the CD that you'd normally buy, but it comes in this cool box. So as you lift the box and examine it, you can see all these holes punched in the top, but you can also hear this rattling, something deep inside rolling around, and you can look through the little holes, but you can't quite make out what's inside. So it's left as a mystery, and you're kind of turning it around in your hands, wondering what in the world's going on here. It's just a unique, unusual art piece, really. I'm actually borrowing a few CDs from Derek. This one's Peter Gabriel's single Steam. It's actually not too unusual. It just comes in this really cool box. I mean, when you open the box, it's a pretty traditional CD jewel case for a single. It's thin. You pop it open. It's got the exact same setup as any single CD would have. It's nice artwork, though. I dig it. But it just pops right back in the box. You close the front and get some information on the back. But other than the cool shape of the box, it's pretty straightforward, actually. This music tapes one, as you pull it down, it actually reveals kind of like a 3D world. In fact, I've got a bunch of these I can show. Maybe I'll show those in the next video. Our Ring, Kelly Deal and Mike Montgomery's band that I mentioned earlier in the video. And this is another CD single. This is number 13 out of 100, hand-numbered, screen-printed. It's the size of a vinyl record, but it's just a CD single inside. I bought it from when they were on tour. They were nice enough to sign everything, but it's just interesting to see something in a vinyl format size. Which leads us to Eraser's I Say, I Say, I Say. So again, it's a vinyl format size sleeve. You pop it open. It's kind of like the music tapes one, where it's got a pop-up a piece of artwork in it. Again, just 12 inches instead of a smaller CD package. But pretty nice. It folds out well. It looks cool. But like the R Ring one, it's got a CD in back. This is actually a full album instead of just a single. But very simple. You just pop the CD out and put it in your player and pop it back in when you're done. It's an awful lot of stuff for just one little CD, though. And this last CD that I'm going to show is actually another one from Derek Higgins. It's quite an elaborate package here. The band Uzme Doma, I'm not even sure I'm pronouncing that right. It's a Czech experimental kind of punk prog band born out of the ashes of a band called FPB, apparently. It actually has a couple of DVDs in here, so it's a concert with a choir, and then I believe another DVD that's kind of the more traditional one. I think there was supposed to be an album in here too, but I didn't find this CD when I was looking at this. But this is really funky. As you page through this, you can see already that it's a nice little pop-up book, but there's also all these extra little things going on in here. Little faces, little creatures. There's pull tabs. You can move things around. This guy's playing with a car on a road, and this other person's charming a snake. And as you pull the tabs back and forth, the snake dances around, or people might dance around while they're playing, or not, I shouldn't even say people, these bizarre creatures dance around while they're playing these little instruments. And every page, I believe, has to do with a song on the CD. There's a noose hanging on this page. There's a soldier here with his penis hanging out. I might flip through some of these a little faster. Some of these have some nice interactive elements as you pull the tabs around. People move around at the table, or might have a kind of a knife-style broom going right through the person's head and coming out of their mouth. That's the broom. Just these really, it's just cool artwork. It's pretty impressive, this entire pop-up book. These guys here are kind of playing hockey, maybe not with traditional gear, but they're playing hockey nonetheless. Really cool. And this is just such an incredibly elaborate DVD that when I saw Derek had this, I started looking around for it and thought, I need to get a copy of this. But I haven't found one yet. So once again, very nice of him to loan me the package here so I could show it to you guys, because it's just so incredibly playful, original, interactive. It's even this little door right down here. I may speed this up here so you don't have to watch this go on for such a long period of time, but there's just a whole bunch of little people in here, band members and other characters doing things, holding on to weird little objects. Just crazy. I mean, this is just super cool, and it's also kind of creepy. I mean, this guy here is like shaking his finger at this naked little girl, which I'm assuming is his daughter, and maybe she was playing with this doll and she wasn't supposed to. I just have no idea. I don't speak the language, so again, this band's from the Czech Republic, so anyway, it's just a crazy cool package. This last one here, like they're riding in a music bus or something. They're playing cards in the back, gambling. just way too cool. I just love this thing. This last one here. Oh, here's the DVD. Like I said, I thought maybe it came with a CD. I'm not sure. There were just DVDs in here, but this person painting. Really cool. This video is starting to get kind of long. I think the last one went over 20 minutes. I should stop this one before I get to 15 minutes, but I'll go ahead and show some other things in the next video. Stay tuned.